Families with children at risk have a new place where they can look for service and referrals. To tell us about the recent opening of the Family Resource Center at the Home for Little Wanderers are two guests from the organization, the center's program director, Amy McCarthy, and the Home's vice president of programs, Lesli Suggs. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I'll start with Lesli. Put this into context because this is a statewide program with all these centers, and this is one more step in a direction that the Home has been taking for a long time.
Yes, the Home for Little Wanderers serves about 7,000 families and children in the greater Boston area. We provide most of those services out in the community where children go to school, where families live, helping kids and families stay in the community. And the Family Resource Center is yet another service that's embedded in the community where families can seek services if they're having challenges with their children, if they perhaps had a child who is not attending school as they should, or perhaps staying out past curfew. This is yet another resource out in the community for families.
Amy, what's different is, I guess, maybe before these services would come into play if a child got into trouble with some authority, but this is more proactive, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's very preventative kind of aim, and it's really about having families have an opportunity to come somewhere before they would go to the court system or any other kind of state entity, and really opening the doors to help them figure out what's available for their child.
Which really means that maybe families should approach your center before there's a real crisis maybe, but where there might be signs of trouble. So what signs are we talking about?
Yeah, so as Lesli mentioned, for a child who might be running away from home or staying out past their curfew, maybe isn't attending school as regularly as their family or their school staff, that they work with would hope, we're a place that they could come and, absolutely, like you said, really, try to come before perhaps a crisis has really kind of spiraled out of control so that they can, get kind of on the right track or, get righted onto the right track again a little bit quicker than in the past.
Lesli, between what you provide there and what you can refer people to, what can be, let's say you have a child who's not really a bad kid, but who's staying out of school a lot, maybe they're being bullied or something, what can be done?
Well, this is really the brainchild of Senator Karen Spilka, who saw that there was a need out in the community. Prior to this particular law being established, the Child Requiring Assistance Law, we had a law in place that really forced parents, when they were having a challenge with their child, to go to the court system. And it criminalized these behaviors. And when they're really not criminal behaviors at all, that we have families that are trying to seek resources without really a clear resource to go. And the court is really not the place for that. So sometimes you might even have a child who had run away from home and the only avenue was to file something in court and have the police actually pick up the child, shackle the child, put them in the car, and put them before a judge. Families don't often really want to put their child before the judge. That's not what they're looking for. So Senator Spilka rewrote the law. It was passed by the legislature, which decriminalized this activity and actually requires that there's supports out in the community. So a part of this law is the establishment of these family resource centers, and in this year we have one in each county, and also some satellite facilities that are very family-friendly, community-based. Families can access them if they go to the court, and the court will refer them to us. They can call 211 and find out about us. And they'll come there and they'll have staff who are available to connect them with resources. There's parent education groups. There's clinical services available for children if that's what they need. So we actually do an assessment, so some behavioral health services for children if that's what's required. But staff who are there welcoming them and really helping them figure out what do they need to sort of help this child that they're concerned about.
Can you tell me a little more about the help that parents can get from those education groups?
So we're looking at offering some groups that kind of, brought in a perspective of a family being able to look at what was their experience being brought up and how does that now impact how they act as a parent, and also are just really geared towards nurturing and creating free and affordable opportunities for families to create memories together, and really just be able to strengthen families. Our overarching philosophy is doing whatever it takes to help families, and so we're prepared to be flexible to kind of adapt the group's needs towards the families that are coming in and what they need.
These days, Lesli, we're often talking about parents needing to be advocates. Can you help them with that?
Yes. In fact, one of the key roles in the Family Resource Center are family support workers and family partners. So there's staff who partner with parents to help them use their voice, understand what the systems are out there, how to advocate for in the school system. Perhaps their child needs a certain an assessment done in school, can help them navigate the school system. We have a school liaison who's working specifically with schools in Boston and throughout Boston to help identify who the children are and serve as an advocate as well. Mm-hmm. It's a very complicated system out there, and one that's incredibly overwhelming to families as they try to figure out how to access the right supports and for their child. And our staff are there able to do it. Amy should talk a little bit about the peer specialists that we have mm-hmm. that are part of this contract.
Something that's really exciting, I think, and different about what we can offer families is we have staff that are called peer specialists, and that means that they are a young person who had some lived experience with some struggles. And so when we talked with young people who we were serving in our other programs, they said, if you're going to help me, bring in somebody who knows what my life experience might have been like. And so we're really excited to be able to have people who can just do that. And then we also have family partners who are caregivers who have some lived experience in raising children who have some difficulties along the way. And so they can really, speak to what their experience has been.
Lesli, another whole field of complexity that might be involved here is access to mental health care. You help families with that too?
We do, and again, something that's very unique about this particular program is that it doesn't matter what insurance you have, it doesn't matter what your socioeconomic background is, what neighborhood you are from in Boston, you can access this service. It's available to anybody who needs, who's looking for help.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go ahead.
I was going to add to, we're doing the work with to prevent children from going to the court system, but we also can help any family with any range of issues, whether it be that they're looking for housing, they're looking for summer camps for their child, a whole continuum of support.
As you mentioned, Amy, tell us a little bit about the location and how people can get in touch with the center.
Yeah. So our main location is in Roslindale at 780 American Legion Highway. We're also going to have a satellite site at Up Academy in Dorchester. We'll be working out of the juvenile court as well, and then hopefully developing some additional satellite sites so we can appropriately really cover the county and that families can access us closer to home. But the best thing to do right now is for families to give us a call, and our phone number is 617-469-8501, and they can call and make an appointment, and then they can access our hours that we're open, which include weekends and evening hours.
Thank you both very much. Amy McCarthy and Lesli Suggs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
From the Home for Little Wanderers. We'll have more news in just a moment.